practitioner, your life had already changed.
Already, yeah, already.
You know,
I started to play with everything I'd learned, with all the people in the office, all my clients and my customers. Just moving things around, you know?
Shaking it up a bit.
Shaking it up a bit, having fun.
Yeah.
And then I did my master practitioner, I did my trainer's training, and then I got the phone call from Paul's office saying, did I want to assist on his courses?
Isn't that fantastic? Wow.
And I went, sure.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Of course, yeah.
So I went along and I assisted on the courses, and suddenly I was looking at everything from another perspective.
Yeah. How so?
Because as a participant, I'm a front row junkie.
Yeah. You're always in the front row.
I love to be in the front row.
Yeah.
And it was really difficult because I know that lots of people love to be in the front row.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we all say on NLP courses when we're training is move around the room because you get to see things differently. And I was really good.
Yeah.
I was always in the front row when Richard was on.
Yes.
And then I moved.
Yeah.
And I moved about the room.
Yeah.
And I found where I didn't like to sit and where I did like to sit. But as part of the crew, you're at the back.
Yeah.
So it was almost like a double dissociation.
Yeah. Really? Yeah. You're looking at different things now, aren't you?
And now I'm looking at different things.
Yeah.
And I remember the first practitioner that I assisted on, Michael Breen was teaching the meta model on the stage. And there were a couple of aspects of the meta model that confused me from my practitioner.
Yeah.
And watching it from that perspective,
Oh,
I remember
fantastic.
going, now I get it.
Oh, don't you know when that happens? I love that.
Fabulous.
Oh, that's my favourite.
I thought, now I
Suddenly
get
it's
it.
just all so easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're looking at it differently.
So it's a good idea. So if you're on a training, and if it's an NLP training or any type of training, move around a little bit and get a different perspective.
Definitely, definitely move about the room, and because you will experience everything differently.
Yeah. Okay, so you started doing trainings with Paul McKenna here in the UK?
In London.
In London.
I was assisting with Richard and I assisted on all of Richard's and Paul's courses in London for quite a while. And then the person that ran the team decided they weren't going to run the team anymore.
Oh, okay.
And they asked me if I would step in.
Isn't that fantastic? So you always had star quality, Tina.
Of course.
Definitely. And of course, anybody that knows Tina would know that. It's no secret. Okay, so from there, what happened next? You started building your practice, or you'd already been building?
I'd already been building my practice. I left the investment bank in 2001. Before I left the investment bank, I was actually seeing clients one-on-one, part-time, just to build up my practice, to get some experience.
Yeah.
And then I started the business in 2001.
It's quite funny, really, because the office that you worked in were probably worried that anybody else was going to take an NLP course.
They stopped them. My MD said nobody was allowed to do any more NLP
They
courses.
were a bit worried, didn't they?
Because everybody that went and did an NLP course, we all flew off and did other things.
Yeah, I love that. It's absolutely fantastic. So you're building out your practice. You're assisting with Michael Breen and Paul McKenna and Richard Bandler in the United Kingdom, and then.
Well, the practice started to evolve, and then I got a call from one of my husband's cousins, somebody who, I know that she won't mind me mentioning her name because she's been interviewed about this before. She was having problems conceiving, and she said, could I help her? And I thought, I don't know.
Yeah.
What stops people getting pregnant? I thought. I mean, I didn't have any problems conceiving.
Yeah.
And I didn't know of anybody at that point
and it's
who
a different
had
corner to a different dimension.
But then again, I'd known Sharon, and I didn't know she was having problems conceiving because it's not the kind of thing you talk about.
Exactly.
You don't sit down with your girlfriends and say, "I've been trying to get pregnant for 4 years now, and nothing's working."
Exactly.
And then I decided she'd had all these different procedures.
Yeah.
And she'd been told medically that she couldn't conceive naturally. It just wasn't going to happen. And she was going to have IVF, but she had a fear connected with the whole IVF process. And she said, would I help her? And I said, sure. So as this was something I knew nothing about,
Right.
I searched and I read everything I could about Milton Erickson working with people with fertility issues. I found out that there was some guy, his name escapes me at the moment, in Russia that had done a lot of work using hypnosis and fertility. I did loads of homework. I read up on all this stuff and I went to see, I'm prepared, I'm ready. So we sit down and we're just chatting, I'm having a cup of coffee, and she says to me, do you know, I just can't see myself ever having a baby. And for those people that are NLP trained, I just went, and I thought,
and she just said it then.
It just came out while we were drinking coffee, and I just,
incredible.
And because I remember my training, you know, people will tell you literally what is wrong, and I thought, is it that easy?
Isn't it funny? I mean, I think we do that as NLPers though, don't we? Sometimes we collect and gather so much information, and really, we could be doing a lot more listening.
I think a lot of people actually, I now have a mentoring program, and people come to me to help them. And sometimes they ask me to sit in when they're working with people, or they send me videos of them working with other people for me to just review and see how I can help them. And the biggest thing that comes across is they miss so much of what is out there.
Why are they missing so much? Are they not paying attention? Are they nervous?
They're too busy in here talking to themselves. So as the person is talking, instead of having their attention out here listening, they're in their head going, what am I going to do? What technique am I going to use? Should I do this one? Should I do a swish? Do I need a belief change?
I hear a lot of that. I hear a lot of that from people. I think in speaking to NLPers, I've noticed that we are quite inside our head quite a bit. It's no good if you don't come out to play. Because
it's there. It's there. And I love it when people bring me videos or send me DVDs, and I sit down with them, and then I'll watch it with them, and then they'll go, what did I do? What did I do? And I'm going, it's what you didn't do. You weren't listening. Because it's there. It's just there in front of you.
Do you think it's because people are nervous, or why do you think so much it is?
I don't know. I think sometimes it could be that they're very new and they're a little inexperienced and they're not quite sure about what's going to happen. I know that when I first started working with people, I wanted to know exactly what they wanted to deal with before they came to see me. And my reasoning for this is because I wanted...
Okay. That's it. We're going to get an ice cream. That's okay.
Do you like an ice cream?
You know, it might. I'm not sure if it happens in America, but the ice cream. There's the ice cream truck, and it's
He comes every day at this time, and it's just after 5 p.m. and it's usually when kids are having their dinner or their
they can all run outside
and nobody wants
to eat their dinner anymore
because they want the ice cream.
Mine used to be 99.
They still do them. Would you like one?
No, thanks. I love it. Go on. So anyway, you were saying.
So I think that I used to insist that I knew exactly what they wanted to deal with, and then if somebody came up with something that I hadn't dealt with before. I read everything I could about that particular problem. You know, I've got, I mean, you've seen my bookshelf.
Yes.
I would look at all these books and I'd look at, if somebody was coming with a problem with like hair pulling. I get lots of people recently, that are girls and guys, that are, they're just pulling their hair out because they're so anxious. And I'd look at the hair pulling and I think, okay, primary causes, and I'd want to know everything about that particular subject. And then when they came, 9 times out of 10, I didn't do anything like what it suggested.